All right, everyone. As you can see, we have a very special guest joining us again. It's none other than Ryan Thompson, former national goalkeeper and goalkeeper coach currently. Ryan, how are things, brother? Hope all is well.
Think things are great. Again, Simon, thank you for having me here. It's always a joy when I have the opportunity to share knowledge and past experiences and share future visions with you. So always happy to talk about those stuff.
Greatly appreciated. Firstly, how's the family doing? And are you still in Texas?
Man, family is doing great. Family is doing great. My two daughters recently celebrated their fifth and seventh birthday. Yes, so they were spoiled. They're great, man. They're in school, studying two languages, which is great. Something that their dad didn't get an opportunity to do. So I want to set them up for success. They speak Spanish and English right now. Yep. So we're trying to be the best possible parents. There is teach them good core values. Get them involved in sports as well, so they learn about leadership and team building and all that fun stuff. So yeah, they're great, man. They're healthy. My wife is amazing. She's a rock star. I took this new opportunity down in Houston. And we still live in Austin, so I'm having to commute back and forth. And my wife, she's doing all the heavy lifting and mostly the parenting. So I you know, can't emphasize how grateful I am for her and all the things that she does for this family.
Yeah, man, it's great, when you have that solid backbone behind you, when
Yeah.
you're growing up, it would be like our mother, our parents, and our no wife. It's amazing, bro.
Yep,
So
yep, yep.
great to hear from that. Before we touch on the things on the pitch, just over the weekend was the anniversary, the 7-year anniversary of that match in Chile, which you played in, and you had commented on Instagram as well. You still have fond memories from that experience?
Absolutely. I know my comment that I left that is just always a joy wearing the national colors, man. I remember from humble beginnings, getting the opportunity to go in youth camps and having to build friendships and new relations there with players from all different parishes, and I feel like all of us, once we got together, it was different. It was different. I'm talking about the Rudolph Austin and German Taylor, the Luton Shelton, Nakeem Priestley's, the Howard Wong, the group of us that got together in that moment. We all were, good players in our own right, in our parish. And when we got together, understanding that we are representing Jamaica, especially having the memory of Jamaica qualifying for the 1998 World Cup, for us, it's like, man, we want to bring that joy back to the country, because that moment changed our life. That moment gave us hope. We remember everybody was just in such a festive mood, and we wanted to bring that smile back on everybody's face, and understood that there were many other people who were equally as talented as us, or maybe more talented, never get opportunity to represent the country. So for us, every time we wear that jersey, it's heart and soul. It's never about, man, I'm gonna get a pro contract from this. I'm gonna make money from. No, you know what? I am going out there to give my heart and soul to my country, because there's some young men or some young women out there who need some inspiration. So it's always been about inspiration and fact, and understanding it's a privilege and not a right. So my comment, encapsulate that. That's what I wanted to capture. So that game against Chile, man, I remember I was actually coming off a torn hamstring, and that was my first game back, in a month. And just to add the game I had against them was priceless, brother. One of my favorite player, Alexis Sanchez, took a couple shots on me. I'm like, man, you know what? I didn't get this guy's jersey after, because my wife would be so happy with me, because she loved him too. So nah, it was great. It was great memory, man. Great memory.
Yeah, most definitely great memory. I mean, you spoke about the inspiration and the positivity and uplifting. Tell me, how that's going, especially with the academy, as well, and how that's been going. Because you have videos online, you're working with kids. Clearly, it's a passion that you've built over time.
100%, 100%, man. Again, this is who we are. It's about, passion and purpose. Those are the things that moves us, right? And for me, I try to capture all my experiences, the things that shape me as a human being first and foremost, and then as a goalkeeper, and how can I build that in a culture? How can I build it in a community, an environment where goalkeepers alike could come and really express themselves and be different, but understand that everything that we do is about respect, inspire, develop, enjoy, right? And as a human aspect, it's staying hungry, humble, and honest. These are the things that Ryan Thompson embodies, and can Ryan Thompson build a family that embodies that stuff? So when you see your videos online, you'll see all of that being captured, our culture, the community. Kids are out there, they're working hard. I'm sure you probably could hear the passion in my voice right now, because it's living and breathing on a day-to-day basis. I saw this academy grow from one goalkeeper to now we're seeing over 250 goalkeepers a year in person, to the countless online impact that we have on TikTok and also Instagram, the countless mentorship, or online courses that we do and presentation that we do. Like, we're reaching life and we're impacting people in a positive way. And all I ever wanted to do, brother, was to make sure that I'm contributing to society in a very positive way. The game changed my life, and all I want to do is, just pass it, pay it forward, so, all the goalkeepers have a positive experience, on and off the field, and help them to become future leaders. Here's the truth, Simon. The truth is, a lot of us going to play the game, and a lot of us not going to actually have a career in the game. But what we're able to do, the game will teach us all these skills that will help us to become great human beings, great leaders, so we could then, inspire our next generation to become lawyers, doctors, teachers, whatever it is that they want to be. Impossible, because when I started on my journey, it seemed impossible, but every day was a process. It was like brick by brick by brick by brick. Tenacity on a day-to-day basis. You get knocked down, you get back up, and you keep it moving. And that's what brought me to this space where I'm at. And I want to just give that back. The work is easy. All we ever needed, brother, was opportunity. And my passion is to bring people together, bring joy, and provide opportunities for all men and women across this world.
Yeah. It's truly uplifting, Ryan. Honestly, it really, really is. So tell me a little bit about, the standard of keeping that you're seeing, compared to when you were a kid to now seeing these kids as well, the standard of goalkeeping that you're seeing, the fundamentals and all of that aspect.
Yeah, as a kid, I felt like, especially growing up in Jamaica, we all had this natural athletic ability. They talk about the physical capabilities. There are 5 bubbles, right? The 5 elements of development: the physical capability, the psychological balance, the technical, skills, the tactical awareness, and the last piece of it is the social connection, right? So all of that, is what we focus on in terms of development. When we grew up in Jamaica, we always, physical, everything's so physical and athletic, because we were born with that. What we didn't get much of is a technical piece of training, right? And we do watch a lot of soccer, so tactically we know the game and we play it, but we struggle sometimes with also the social connection piece, or we connect with people in our environment, or am I empowering the people in front of me? Am I connecting to my coaches? Am I connecting to the players who see things differently? How can I get them to do the things that they don't believe they can do, because they believe in me? It's about the leadership speech. How can you be a great leader? So these are things that I see today that it's missing in the game. The social connection piece, one, and of course everybody's getting technical training every single day. But the more they're getting technical training, I feel like the less they're watching the game. So tactically, they're not there. I think there's a big gap in the game, especially in terms of goalkeeping right now. I wish, we'll get to find more passionate goalkeepers that actually want to do it. And it doesn't matter if they're athletic or not, just the genuine desire to be, a successful one. And I think we have the platform for that, to set them up for success, in the mentorship and the training and all of that. So it was a 2 difference, it's like, okay, if I could get all these resources that I have right now, and I could go to Jamaica and implement all of that, I feel like we will produce more Andre Blakes, we produce more Donovan Ricketts, more Dwayne Carr, Dwayne Miller, Ryan Thompson, Spoon. We produce more of that. I feel like we're lacking now, because the goalkeeper get beat down in our country, believe it or not. They mentally, psychological piece, the people abuse them. Hey, you ain't good and you're shoppy. But when you look at it, are we setting our goalkeepers up in Ireland for success? Are we giving them proper training? Are we giving them proper nutrition? Are we talking all of these little things? So what I would love to do, brother, what I would love to do is to come to Jamaica and do everything that I'm doing here in America, developing American talent. I want to do the same thing in my island. I want to come back, maybe it's once or twice a month, and we do clinics and we inspire, and then we go again and we'll come back and we inspire, we identify them. Okay, cool. Can we get them to come to America so other people can identify them? Because a big part of what I also do is place players into colleges here, and the connection is deep. We could go as far back as Damian Lowe, was one of the first player that we brought here, to most recently, Javen Brown, to USF. They're not goalkeepers, but these are players that, I've helped through the process, getting them identified in America, getting them full scholarship. And I want to do so much more for my country, but the platform and the support is what's missing with people who have the resources to help. And all they need to do is bring in the experts, and let us do our work,
Yeah, quite a comprehensive, viewpoint on things. And speaking about the RTG in the States, have you ever come across perhaps one or two Jamaicans or some guys that have Jamaican heritage as yet part of the program?
Not yet, not as much as goalkeepers, not as much, to be honest. A big thing that it's missing here, for again, it's the system here is pay for play system, right, in America, right? And most of the people can afford it. Unfortunately, they're from a different ethnic background for some strange reason. Again, the story behind that stuff, and where I'm at. And I'm currently doing something about that. I'm starting a nonprofit in the next coming weeks, months, probably. And so I could incorporate, make it a little bit more inclusive. We could get everybody, because we do it right now, but a lot of it is coming out of my pocket. And as a business, it's not sustainable if every single time I'm dipping in my pocket to help 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids. After a while, you look at a business model, you can't pay coaches, you can't buy uniforms, then all of a sudden, all the work that we're doing goes to waste. So now we're starting a nonprofit leg where we could get funding from the city, from a few friends that we know who have the resources and the will and desire to actually help a young man or a young woman to go pursue their dreams. So that's what I'm working on right now. So we could take more trips to Jamaica, and identify Jamaicans and bring them in. What I can say though is we get a lot of love and respect from young goalkeepers in Jamaica. They follow our social media. They always like, hey, how can we be part of this? I know you came to Jamaica a few years ago. When are you coming back? And I would love to do it every month. I would love to do once, twice, 3 times, maybe 4 times a year. So if you know somebody, Simon, who have the resources there, to help us, to get to Jamaica where, it's not a burden to the coaches here that's traveling, and, again, put a word and give me a call.
All right, no problem. We'll check the contacts and get back to you for sure.
Yep,
no problem.
100%.
We'll do that for sure. And you spoke about this opportunity at Houston, tell us, how that experience is going, because I think the last time we spoke, Austin Bold was in the picture, but we know the situation there were dormant for the time being. Houston, exciting new challenge.
Yeah, no, what's interesting, a lot of people don't, a lot of people just see me as a goalkeeper/goalkeeper coach, but I've been a head coach in the USL Championship. And, I've also been, a goalkeeper coach, an assistant coach, you name it, I've done it all, And this year, I've had the opportunity to interview for over 8 jobs, 14 interview total, and 6 out of the 8 jobs were head coaching job in the USL Championship, and also the MLS Next Pro team, the MLS 2. The next 2 was, assistant coach, that's goalkeeper coach for the first team, MLS first teams. And I made it to the final round in 6 out of the 8 of those interviews. And to be honest, got a job offer from Dynamo, and also, Dallas was interested as well. Not the role that I actually wanted, to be honest, if I would be honest with you, but it's also a way to get me back in the game and the professional world. And talking to the leadership group there at Houston Dynamo, that I can't emphasize enough how impressed I was with their culture and their plan and wanting to create a healthy environment and produce young talent that passes through to go to the first team. And for me, that inspired me. That made me want to be a part of the organization. And so now, I took the job. I'm now there as the assistant coach for the MLS2 team and goalkeeper director for the MLS2 team as well. So all the goalkeepers that pass through the academy to the second team, the first team, they all come through, the work that I'm doing there. And, I'm excited, and it's really, really fun, brother. The thing is, I still live in Austin, as I mentioned before, and we're renting in Houston. So it's a 2.5 hour, sometimes a 3 hour drive. And I'm making that drive 2-3 times, sometimes 4 times a week, just to make sure that, it doesn't impact the family dynamic negatively. I miss my girls, so, as soon as I get my day off, I'm in the car, I'm driving up. So I'm racking up a lot of mileage, brother. But I'm enjoying it a lot.
That's very good. I was literally about to ask about the commute, how far it was from Houston, but I'm sure you still get the time to, if it means drop the kids to school, you have, evening with the wife and so on. So you have that bit of balance of things, on the pitch, off it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So I'll drive maybe 4 a.m. in the morning. I'll turn my audiobooks on, and I'll finish like a book a week, so that's what I'm doing a lot of reading these days. And once I get to the training, I'm energized, and literally, okay, I'm going to probably spend that day there. The next day, I'm doing the same drive back. I'm listening to another audiobook, and so it's good. It's good. It's good. It's fun, man. It's a lot of positive at either end.
Yeah, really, appreciate it. And, I know you're somebody that likes to reflect on the journey, coming from where you're being a goalkeeper coach to Austin Bowl to this opportunity at Houston. Have you reflected on the path, the journey you've taken from playing days to now the coaching aspect of things?
Yeah, I have. I do a lot of reflecting, but I like to think about the journey, because it balances me. It keeps me grounded. It keeps me humble. From the kid that had no shoes and was laughed at the first day of practice, straight, walking back to go home to Tivoli Garden, to then make it the national, make the club team, to make the national team, to then, get a full scholarship, getting knocked down from the national team again, have a sabbatical, to now get inducted in the University Hall of Fame, to play in the Champions League, to be a coach. It's like my journey has always been about, you rise, you fall, you rise, you fall, you rise, you fall. And through that process, man, I feel like I've always learned how to take the next best step. I've always learned how to stay grounded, stay steadfast, because you have this mentality that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, I have that mentality, and I never, ever lost that mentality. You stay humble no matter what. You know the song in Jamaica, they lick me down and kick me down, me bounce right back. What a hard man for day. So I have that spirit there, brother, that spirit there. And I realize no matter how hard things is, when I look back at my journey, I've been through worse. So where I'm at now, it's just it's straight gratitude, brother. And the best is yet to come, man. The best is yet to come, man. And I'm planting great seeds each day. I'm trying my very best to be an amazing husband, an amazing dad, an amazing coach, mentor, friend. And the rest, man, is about, again, I tell you, it's passion and purpose, brother, man. So the end result is what it is, man. Right now we're just enjoying the journey. Continue to add those value to people's life. And if that turn into dollar sign, so be it. If it doesn't, so be it, but man, we're grateful, man. Life has been good, man, despite its challenges when it comes, So
I understand. Soon time to write a book, Ryan, and then document everything.
Yeah, it's in the making, brother, man. It's in the making. There's a lot of inspiration there, brother. There's a lot of it. Sometimes I cry, just looking back at the journey. Tears of joy. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. It's like, man, a lot of times I felt like I wanted to give up in certain moment. And I'm saying, you know what? Just one more. Just one more. Just one more try. Just one more phone call. just one more training session. Something you don't see when they just doing that one more, man. And at the end of that one more, it's like, oh, okay, I still have one more, you know, I still have one more, and still, and then you realize you're in a better place. You realize like, oh, imagine if I'd stopped there, it would be a sad story. You know, this young, talented guy just stopped and yep, that's it. No more Ryan Thompson. No, we keep talking. Think about this. We keep talking because we keep having interesting things popping up. And Ryan Thompson keep popping up back in the scene, no matter what, you know. But you know, to be honest, man, one of the greatest joy for me now is to see all the amazing work that Andre Blake is doing, man. I don't people forget about, you know, the how tough it is to do what he's doing. You know, we all had opportunities, you know, and the support and all of that, man. But he's doing it at a high level consistently, man. Nothing but love and respect for that youth, man. You know, he's spreading good seeds on the field there for a lot of Jamaicans to come. So RTG is set up in a perfect way to get the next set of youths, to develop them, because the pathway is already set. The pathway is already set. We have done the work here for the next generation. Now we need support to help those kids, so they could come and be the next, you know, whoever they want to be. You know, whoever it is that they want to be.
And Ryan, it's amazing when you think about it, like maybe a decade ago, and the opportunities now given to goalkeepers, Amal, Jamali Waite, Andre Blake, you know, yourself. Not many goalkeepers in the Ricketts era went overseas, but now, little by little, things starting to open up even more. It's amazing.
Hey, I want to challenge everyone here, everyone in Jamaica, you know, any young one listening right now. I know everybody have the aspiration of, man, I want to go to pro. I want to go to pro. And all of these agents are lining up. I can take you to pro. I'll take you to pro. I'm telling you this. Get your book work right. Play your ball. Train as hard as possible. Come to college. And the rest is history. Got to check the statistics of the ones who actually went to school. Ryan Thompson, Andre Blake, Damian Lowe, you know, O'Neal Fisher, you know, Tyrone Marshall, Andy Williams. Check the history. It has always been a successful path. So I'm telling you, that's information right there. Use it. Use it. Because there's people here in this country that literally setting up things for you. So once you're here, it's the pathway is smooth. We never have that growing up. We have to fight and claw. And that's okay. We fight and claw so the next generation could have a better life. You know, no, Jamon Barkley actually is probably the last one we brought up recently. He's doing outstanding at USF. Excited to see where he's going to go after that, you know? So things are moving, brother. Things are moving, and, you know, we're just happy that we're in the space so we can help, man. And it's all about helping. If you can't help nobody in this world, why you there on why are you here, you know? And thank God for your platform, because you always give us a voice to share our passion and joy, you know? So I appreciate that, Simon. We know the journey from where you're coming from, you know, to where you are right now. So I'm proud of you. Back at you, brother. Real talk.
Much appreciated, brother. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. And keep up the great work you're doing as well. All of Jamaica is proud of you. And, you know, we look forward to see you cheer on the boys this summer at the World Cup.
100%. 100. Listen, you know, ain't no game ain't going to miss me. If I have to be there in the stadium, I'll be there. 100%.
Yeah, man.